What is jihad?
Jihad is an Arabic word meaning striving hard, or exerting yourself to the best of your power and ability. The Holy Qur'an frequently urges Muslims to strive hard, using the word jihad to mean striving.
What kind of striving does the Holy Qur'an talk about?
The Holy Qur'an mentions the following purposes for which a Muslim should strive hard. Firstly, to attain nearness to God, by struggling to overcome your bad desires. Secondly, to stick to Islam under difficult circumstances, such as when facing persecution and other problems. Thirdly, to take part in the defense of the Muslim community, when it is attacked by an enemy who wishes to destroy Islam. Fourthly, to take the message of Islam to others, by devoting your time and money for this work.
Can you quote passages from the Holy Qur'an to illustrate this?
Referring to the 4 points numbered in the last answer, we give below some verses of the Holy Qur'an, which mention those kinds of striving. The word translated as striving in all these verses is jihad.
وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ.
And as for those who strive in our path, we will surely guide them in our ways. And verily, Allah is with those who do good. Holy Qur'an chapter 29 verse 70. In this verse, God says that He guides to the right ways those who strive hard to reach Him. This is the jihad to improve yourself by doing good and restraining bad desires.
ثُمَّ إِنَّ رَبَّكَ لِلَّذِينَ هَاجَرُوا مِن بَعْدِ مَا فُتِنُوا ثُمَّ جَاهَدُوا وَصَبَرُوا إِنَّ رَبَّكَ مِن بَعْدِهَا لَغَفُورٌ رَّحِيمٌ.
Then, surely, thy Lord, to those who fled their homes, after they had been persecuted, and then struggled hard in the cause of Allah, and remained steadfast, surely, after that thy Lord is most forgiving, merciful. Holy Qur'an chapter 16 verse 111. This speaks of Muslims, who were persecuted in Mecca, and had to flee their homes. Their jihad was to remain patient and steadfast while facing severe difficulties.
فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ الْمُجَاهِدِينَ بِأَمْوَالِهِمْ وَأَنفُسِهِمْ عَلَى الْقَاعِدِينَ دَرَجَةً.
Allah has exalted in rank those who strive with their wealth and their persons above those who sit still. Holy Qur'an chapter 4 verse 96. This verse refers to the war being fought by the Muslims, and says that those who strived by giving their wealth and their lives for this cause hold a higher rank than those who held back.
فَلَا تُطِعِ الْكَافِرِينَ وَجَاهِدْهُمْ بِهِ جِهَادًا كَبِيرًا.
So, obey not the disbelievers, and fight against them, by means of it, the Quran, a great fight. Holy Qur'an chapter 25 verse 53. Here, Muslims are told to undertake a mighty jihad against the non-believers, by taking the Holy Qur'an to them, so that, its evidence, arguments and beauty may convince them of the truth of Islam.
So, jihad then doesn't mean war waged by Muslims against non-Muslims?
No. Most certainly not. Neither does the word jihad itself mean war, nor is it used in the Holy Qur'an to mean war. Even when Muslims were still living in Mecca, during the first half of the Holy Prophet's mission, before there was a Muslim state or army in existence, God commanded them to do jihad, saying,
وَجَاهِدُوا فِي اللَّهِ حَقَّ جِهَادِهِ.
and strive in the cause of Allah, as it behoves you to strive for it. Holy Qur'an chapter 22 verse 79. This could not possibly mean fighting anyone. It just meant striving to attain nearness to God, and to help the cause of Islam.
Why is the word jihad applied to the battles of the early Muslims?
Because these battles had to be fought for the very existence of the religion of Islam, and because the Muslims had to strive hard by risking their lives, and by sacrificing their possessions. Taking part in these battles was a great struggle, done only to save Islam from destruction, and no other reason. Before their emigration, Hijrah, to Medina, while living in Mecca, the converts to Islam had to face terrible persecution and torture. But they bore it all with patience. In the Holy Qur'an, this was also called a jihad on their part. After the Muslims had been forced to emigrate to Medina, the opponents of Islam in Mecca decided to wage war upon them. So, the Muslims then had to fight battles in self-defense. In case of those acts of charity, when we give something away, the Holy Qur'an teaches that we should only give good and useful things, not useless and worthless ones, and they should be the kind of things we like to have ourselves.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من الأرض ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم بآخذيه إلا أن تغمضوا فيه واعلموا أن الله غني حميد.
O ye who believe! Spend of the good things that you have earned, and of what we produce for you from the earth, and seek not what is bad to spend out of it, when you would not take it yourselves, except that you connive at it. And know that Allah is self-sufficient, praiseworthy. Holy Qur'an chapter 2 verse 268. Moreover, things given in charity must have been earned, or acquired lawfully, by the person giving them away.
Please explain what is zakat.
Just as Islam has prescribed a set form for prayer, to enable us to keep it up regularly, similarly it has given an outward form for charity, and made it compulsory, in order to make it a regular duty. That outward form of charity is known as zakat, and consists of giving a specified fraction of one's wealth every year into a fund. This fund is administered by the Muslim community, or Muslim government, and is used to help the poor, the disabled, the unemployed, and others in need.
Is zakat just like tax?
In the sense of being collected and spent by the Muslim government, zakat is like a tax. However, the great difference is that paying zakat is a religious duty to be done out of obedience to God and sympathy for people. So, giving zakat is morally beneficial to the payer, because it develops the spirit of self-sacrifice in him, and curbs feelings of greed. Notice that the word tax means a burden, but zakat means something which purifies you.
Why is general charity and zakat a basic duty in Islam?
Because it brings out the best and highest qualities in a person, which is really the object of existence according to Islam. God has given to each person various capabilities and resources, such as knowledge, money, strength, some talent or skill, etc. Every individual must use whatever he or she has been given to benefit other people, as well as the rest of God's creation, and not for selfish ends. If this principle is neglected, then not only is there no relief for the distress and the suffering of the needy, but man's increased selfishness makes him his fellow man's deadly enemy, and society as well as mankind become divided into factions and groups all trying to grab things from one another.